You're about to discover how Seong Gi-hun might return to the terrifying games of Squid Game in the second season, and this theory is going to blow your mind. Imagine this. Gi-hun, who barely survived in the first season, now returning to the games not just to survive, but to take down the entire system behind these deadly competitions. And the most shocking part is how he might be emotionally manipulated to participate again. So if you think you know everything about Squid Game, wait until you hear this theory. At the end of the first season of Squid Game, Seong Gi-hun went through a massive transformation. He survived all the horrors of the games and won that absurd amount of money. But instead of moving on with his life and going to the United States to reunite with his daughter, he makes an unexpected choice. He gives up on boarding the plane and decides to return to Korea. This final choice was no coincidence. That moment marks a crucial turning point for the character because Gi-hun stops being just a victim of the games and becomes an agent of change. He is determined to confront those responsible for the deadly games, and clearly, he will not rest until he exposes or destroys this corrupt system. With the teaser for the second season, this change becomes even more evident. In it, we see Gi-hun preparing for a direct confrontation, with a scene where he points a gun at the front man, the leader of the games. This only reinforces the idea that his quest for revenge and justice will be central in the upcoming episodes. Now, the big question is, what will truly motivate Gi-hun to return to the games? Now that we understand the context of the end of the first season and what the teaser for the second season has revealed, let's dive into Seong Gi-hun's psychological journey. After the traumatic events of the games, Gi-hun is no longer the same. He carries the weight of guilt for having survived while hundreds of other competitors died. He hasn't used the fortune he won, which makes us realize that money has completely lost its value to him in the face of the injustice and horror he witnessed. And now, he is no longer driven solely by revenge. There is something much bigger going on. Gi-hun is on a mission for justice. He doesn't just want revenge on the game organizers. He feels he has a responsibility to expose this brutal system and prevent others from suffering the same fate. It's as if he believes that, in some way, he needs to redeem himself and honor the lives of those who couldn't survive. He wants to end the games from the inside out. So, Gi-hun's return is not just about revenge, but rather about a quest for justice and redemption. He believes that only by taking down this system can he find the peace he so desperately seeks. Now, what could really drive Gi-hun to voluntarily return to the deadly games after everything he's been through? One possibility is that the game organizers use even more sophisticated psychological manipulation this time. They know Gi-hun better than anyone, they know his weak points, and they might exploit them to the fullest. For example, they could present him with a brutal moral dilemma. What if other people's lives depended on his return to the games? Imagine if he was forced to watch more people being recruited into the game, knowing that he could intervene. Or worse, what if the organizers threatened people close to him, like his daughter or his mother, forcing him to play once more? They've already shown how capable they are of controlling lives. Another intriguing point is the possibility that Gi-hun could be tempted with seductive promises, such as obtaining information about who really controls the games or the chance to change the rules. Imagine if they promised him that by playing again, he would have the power to protect other competitors or even expose the system to the public. In this case, his return to the games wouldn't be just a choice but an illusion of control, where he thinks he's in charge but is, in reality, being manipulated. So, it could be that Gi-hun believes he has control over the situation, when in fact, he's falling into a new trap set by the organizers. Now that we understand Gi-hun's psychological state and the possible manipulations that could bring him back to the games, let's talk about the most intriguing part of this theory. Gi-hun might return to the games with a much bigger plan in mind, to sabotage the system from within. This time, Gi-hun isn't coming back just to survive, as he did in the first season. He now has knowledge of the internal workings of the games, the rules, and the dynamics. Imagine how he could use that to his advantage. Knowing that the games are manipulated by the organizers, he could try to subvert the rules, create chaos, and destroy the scheme from within. Gi-hun could enter with a very clear objective: to form secret alliances with new competitors, perhaps even with others who also want to bring down the system. He could use his prior knowledge to manipulate situations and create an atmosphere of distrust among the organizers, weakening the control they have over the participants and the game itself. But what if his plan is even bolder? What if Gi-hun tries to gain the trust of the organizers, pretending to be an ally, only to betray them when he's in a position of power? This would add constant tension to the story, where we, the audience, are left wondering if he's really manipulating the system or if he will be caught at any moment. This creates a new layer of suspense and uncertainty for the second season. Will Gi-hun actually manage to bring down the system, or will he be the next to be swallowed by this deadly cycle? Gi-hun's return to the games won't just be a battle against the system, but also a reunion with key characters who might be crucial to the plot's unfolding. One of the most anticipated encounters is with the frontman, the enigmatic leader of the games. As we saw at the end of the first season, the frontman is revealed to be Hwang In-ho, the brother of the police officer Hwang Jun-ho, and while it seems that Jun-ho was killed, his death was never truly confirmed. This opens up an incredible possibility. Is Jun-ho alive? And if so, could he ally with Gi-hun to expose the games? The relationship between these two brothers could be essential for the system's downfall, and Gi-hun might end up discovering secrets about them that will change the course of his mission. Moreover, the dynamic between Gi-hun and the frontman might evolve into something more complex. The frontman, who was also a former competitor, could see in Gi-hun a younger version of himself. This could create a dangerous connection, where the frontman tries to persuade Gi-hun to join the organizers, offering him power or control within the games. This relationship could be marked by manipulation attempts, with the frontman exposing system weaknesses to try and corrupt Gi-hun. Another intriguing possibility is the reappearance of former competitors or the introduction of new characters with motivations similar to Gi-hun's. This could create unexpected alliances within the game, where Gi-hun and other players unite to form a resistance against the organizers. These new connections would be fundamental for Gi-hun to understand the true extent of the games and, perhaps, take down the system once and for all. These relationships, filled with tension between betrayal and trust, create the perfect setting for unexpected twists. And as Gi-hun gets closer to discovering who's really in charge, he will also need to be careful not to get caught in his own sabotage attempts. With all this in mind, the theory that Seong Gi-hun returns to the games with the intention of taking down the system adds a deep and intriguing layer to the plot of Squid Game. He's no longer just a survivor. Now, he's a player with a mission to expose and destroy the structure behind these deadly games. However, this journey won't be easy. Gi-hun is emotionally fragile, constantly being manipulated by the organizers, and dealing with devastating moral dilemmas. He will have to use all his cunning to survive once again, but this time with the clear goal of sabotaging the system from within. The potential alliances, betrayals, and direct confrontation with the frontman only add to the complexity of this journey. But here's the big question. Will Gi-hun be able to resist the temptation of power that the frontman might offer him? Could he be corrupted, just like others before him? Or will he truly succeed in destroying the system once and for all? What we can expect from the second season is an even more intense mind game, with twists in every episode. Gi-hun will be navigating between his quest for justice and the brutality of the games, all while trying to expose the secrets behind everything. So, what do you think? Will Gi-hun manage to take down the system, or will he end up being just another pawn in this deadly game? If you enjoyed this theory and are excited for the second season of Squid Game, leave your like and comment below what you think will happen to Gi-hun. Will he succeed? And of course, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell so you don't miss the next videos. There's a lot of good stuff coming, and you won't want to miss out.